Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is session 134. My god. And we are running a little bit late, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of launch into a bit of a recap. So, previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party had finally defeated Hexakali, the Queen of Bones, and returned triumphantly to the Blacktongue tribe, where they were hailed as heroes. The party had one final challenge in the Saliva Swamp: to defeat the Sethian Scourges, Spirit Naga rulers of the Immortal Vale. But there was a problem. The party had only been able to create one of the two soul jars necessary to permanently vanquish the Immortal Scourges, and they had only done so with the aid of Izu, Warlock of the New Generation, and at an unknown cost. Now, Izu was missing, and this worried at least some of the party. The suggestion was made excuse me. The suggestion was made that everyone look for her, and Risk proffered that she might be in the Quiet Place, a location the party had found previously that seemed removed from the effects of the Saliva Swamp, and so the party decided to venture there, hoping to find her. But before they could leave, Culp, the Blacktongue shaman, arrived, clearly shaken and disturbed. In conversing with him, the party found out that Zetlal, the guardian Hydra of the tribe, was acting strangely. With this concerning development, the party decided to split, with Bones and Ezrah seeking out Izu, and Ashes and Matashtai investigating Zetlal's strange behavior. Bones and Ezrah had little trouble finding Izu at the Quiet Place, but when they did find the Warlock, she was deep in what seemed to be a meditative trance. The rogue and sorcerer decided not to disturb her, but instead wait and see what happened. After some time, Bones realized that Izu's body was vibrating, shivering, shaking constantly. Still, the two thought it best to leave her be. Eventually, blood began to trickle down the Warlock's jawline. Something obviously was happening, but Ezrah and Bones decided to let things play out. After several more trickles of blood formed, Izu began to convulse violently, finally prompting Bones to act. But before the Tabaxi could do anything, the Warlock woke up, stood up, wiped the blood from her jaw, and moved to leave, as if nothing had happened. Bones and Ezrah confronted Izu, but she seemed reluctant to discuss what had happened, and somewhat hostile towards the party as a whole. Eventually, Bones was able to prise from her the outline of a plan, or at least her desired intent. She was still trying to figure out a way for the second soul jar to be complete, and seemingly was unhappy with her patron. So the young Warlock was devising a plan to trap the creature using the Spawning Stone and the dimensional portal in the southwest of the Saliva Swamp. It seemed a dangerous and unthought-out plan in general. Meanwhile, Matashtai, Ashes, Culp, and Risk all visited Zetlal. Ashes smelled a strange odor, but he was unable to place it. Meanwhile, Matashtai spoke telepathically to Zetlal and was able to almost immediately ascertain that the Hydra was indeed not herself. After leaving Zetlal and regrouping, the party came to the conclusion that Zetlal had been possessed by a spirit, potentially from the Vrail Olo Temple. After much discussion, it was decided that the party would attempt to bind this spirit to one of the soul jars, using another shard of the Spawning Stone, thus freeing Zetlal and obtaining the final jar required to permanently defeat the Sethian Scourges. The party designed a plan to confront the possessed Hydra and distract her while Izu, protected by the New Generation, performed the binding ritual. They then confronted the Hydra, and the beast attacked almost instantly, unconvinced by the party's performance. However, things actually went according to plan. The party was able to block, disable, and distract the Hydra long enough that Izu was able to complete the ritual, binding the soul of a horrendous Yuan-Ti anathema. Zetlal was free, and the party now had a soul jar with Sarakath's name on it. Now it was just a matter of actually defeating the Sethian Scourges and their army. And that is where we fade into the scene. So, let me throw you all onto the Saliva Swamp. So this is in the aftermath of the battle against Zetlal and the ritual for the soul jar. You all are now in possession of the soul jar with Sarakath's name on it. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Remember Tim.
All right. Gotta refer to the pen. Okay. So, since the last session, we have made some executive decisions.
Executive decisions.
You made plans. Oh my god.
Executive decisions. I will use my polymorph powers to turn into a turtle with god powers.
Fantastic. That seems like an excellent strategy.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do that, it sounds like you need to take on a new name.
Yeah, I was thinking Gad. That just came to me.
Yeah, all right. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it.
Sounds suitable.
Okay, so, and like, I'm just gonna read off the list. If people's opinions have changed, that's fine. But from what we decided, the preemptive wound closure.
Okay. Before you start going,
what?
Before you start going into like reading off your list, maybe one of you, discuss what the hell the list is for, right?
We're gonna give items to the frogs to fight people while we fight big men.
We've got a bunch of
war. So we're gonna bulk out the bullywugs.
Yeah, I've changed my mind.
Okay. What would you like to do instead?
I don't know. I just wanted to say I changed my mind.
That's right. Okay.
Are they okay? Now, we talked about, and I donated some slime to this as well, that they were using paralytic agents to keep people from dying. Does that only apply to their frog people, or are they just doing this to everybody?
They intend to utilize as much of that paralytic agent as they can. They have no guarantee on who it might work on, who might resist it, etc. Right? So the Blacktongue tribe has been pretty like upfront, right? Like they intend on trying to save their mind-controlled brethren as best they can. But you also get the sense that they'll kill a sumbitch if they feel like they gotta. Like, if they can't paralyze it or knock it out, they'll stab a bitch, right?
Okay.
And if you tell them otherwise, right? Like if you try to give them specific, ideas or orders, then that may or may not fly, depending on what your plan is, what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
For instance, if you were to say, under no circumstances are you to kill a drow ever, period, that might not work. And they might just be like, in the moment, they might be like, fuck you, yo.
That's how you get one drow killing 30 bullywogs. That's not...
So, but if you were to give them guidelines,
okay.
if you were to be like, hey,
like
I think you should try to subdue everything, right? Aside from not just the bullywugs, but you've seen drow there, try to subdue them as well, if at all possible. Like if you gave them that directive, they would try to follow it.
So let me run this by everyone, because this is what I was thinking a few days ago. In anticipation of our inevitable confrontation with the Avrendar Queen, we already kind of have like a little in with House Freth, due to my boy. our boy, whatever. I forgot his name currently. But
Did you just say
Bolvar.
starts with a B?
I don't think it
Yep.
starts with a B.
Totally starts with a B. Totally starts with a B.
Okay, whatever. Our boy. Some of these guys are House Breath too. So, do you guys have feelings about that? Like, can I ask them to try not to kill him? I mean, obviously kill him if you have to, but
I mean,
I am not against it. I don't know how it will impact the battle, but
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily against it.
well, I mean, we choose not to do lethal damage all the time. Just assume
Sure.
it's similar.
well, periodically.
All the
Okay.
time might be a bit much.
Okay, I will go to ask, and I will give him some, my last two vials of drow poison, and let him know this is strong poison. It might not work great on drow, but it'll probably work on your people.
This is strong poison.
There are some drow with. Hey Matt, can you draw out the House Freth seal? Do you know?
Oh yeah, I pull up the whiteboard real quick again, and
Okay, yeah, we summoned the whiteboard. There are some drow that have this on their uniform. If you can try your hardest not to kill those ones, I would be very grateful.
Ask will look at you and say, "Are you saying kill the other ones?"
I mean, you know,
gotta.
I mean, just
you
gonna
do
throw
what
this
you
out
do what you
there.
gotta do. I'm just,
Like,
you know.
If we could non-lethally kill everyone,
Non-lethally kill.
non-lethally kill everyone,
Yeah,
that'd be
concussions
preferable
only.
because remember, they're under effect of the rod. They're not in the right mind, but like,
Sure.
Questions all around.
Here's the thing, though. Like, non-lethal damage in a massive melee is one thing for level 12 adventurers, right?
Yeah.
For your standard bullywug, it might not be that easy.
Yeah, that's
Non-lethal.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Double,
Like, just I mean, I'm not saying it's the end of the
Yeah,
world.
no,
if
that
they
wasn't
die,
to you.
but-
That was to Jay, right? Like,
yeah, I get.
Okay. Yeah, it's not the end of the world if they die. It's just I think they might be a potential ally for us later.
you're just I just want to as a DM and clarifying that you are telling Ask, if you see people with this symbol, try your best not to kill them, but all the others that don't have that symbol, it's whatever.
I care less about them. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm a fickle cat, and they haven't earned my favor.
Pickle kitty.
All right.
And I will mark
Jeremy's
off my...
typing.
Yeah, I gotta
mark
take
off my-
notes.
Yeah, he said Ask is pissed because Bones doesn't value life. That's what he's typing.
I just gotta take notes.
Nope, he's saying Bones is a fickle cat.
I'm marking off my drow poison. So take that 2 vials.
Okay.
All right then. Jay, you were describing the plan
Yeah.
for the
All
leadership.
right. So I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out my periaptive wound closure and I will take it to Culp and be like, before the fight, make sure you attune to this. It'll make sure you don't die if someone tries to kill you.
Culp
Try
kind
not
of
to
sputters and
die.
you should give this to one of the young ones to Cass or Risk, one of the ones that
No,
will
I mean,
actually
they're-
be in the midst
we-
of things.
Right. Yeah, we've got other things we're going to be passing around, but you are a
Roll an
Which
insight
boy?
check for me.
You are how you say squish boy.
you're
Damn,
inside.
Jay just said, "Shut up, old man," and take
Shut
it.
up, old man.
That is
Very
a
high.
23.
Very high.
You see him think for a moment, right, and then kind of like nod and say, "Okay, okay," And the way he hesitates and he says it, you have every reason to believe that he will be having a midnight conversation with someone and giving them the Periapt instead of himself.
Okay, so I just want to be clear, and we're discussing with the Bullywog. We're going tomorrow, right?
I think that was the plan.
That's the plan.
Because we haven't long rested yet, right?
Nope.
Like since
No.
Queen of Bones, yeah. So we're going tomorrow.
Mhm.
And then we're going down through the Queen of Bones' territory with Zetlal. And everyone else is going at the Drow. Is that correct, or? Because there is that little inlet over near where we're going that they could like pincer with at.
Yeah, you guys saw there, aside from the Froghemoth, which you're intending Zetlal to battle, right? There was other stuff there. There were the 2 trolls, and then there were like individuals on the ledge, right? So if only Zetlal comes with you through the Queen of Bones area,
We have to fight the trolls.
you're gonna have to deal with that shit.
All right, I think we talked a little bit about this, but the idea was like majority of the forces are going to come from the west, talking about the Black Tongue tribe, as well as Karstus and his undead crew, right? That was as far as it came to like the new generation and other named people.
Give me percentages.
Okay, well let me stop you there for a second, because as I recall, the west is essentially a shooting gallery for the Drow. With the deep water and the natural cliff and the barrier.
Well,
So
Bullywug
100%
swim.
of us come in from the north.
Well, I don't think 100%. I'm just saying, like, is it smartest to commit the bulk of our force there, or maybe do we just have the undead attack from there?
Okay, maybe before we get into...
You got like 3 undead people.
Yeah, so...
He res the damn ghast? I thought the ghast were taking care of it.
Well, I think
The whites.
actually
The whites don't necessarily raise dead for him, but the whites are like
king beyond the
leaders
wall.
for the dead for him. So, just to kind of like array your forces, you've got maybe about 40-ish bullywugs, several giant toads, and several giant frogs. You have the new generation. You have Zetlal. You have Karstus, who has his flesh golem, the 2 whites, and probably a handful of zombies at this point, right? Or will be by the time you short rest and are ready to go, right? Like that type of scenario. Or a long rest, rather, yeah. And for clarity, the majority of the forces that you saw in the Immortal Vale were on that west side. So
Right. I'm just concerned.
whatever you send to the west side is likely to face the bulk of the Sethian Scourge's forces, unless you send nothing to the west side, in which case all of those forces are going to come to the north side where you're at.
Right. I'm only concerned that it's set up like a kill box.
Sure.
So
Again, though, I will point out, you keep talking about like the deep water. The bullywugs have a swim speed. They don't care about the deep water.
Well, I know they don't care about the deep water, but there was like that little cliff thing and a bunch of drows lying in wait.
They
and-
also have a jump mechanism.
Okay, well, all
it
right.
was also pointed out that we
I'm
could-
not trying to influence you or say that you're wrong. I'm trying to tell you things that Bones knows from watching the bullywugs move around and maneuver and things like that. Bones knows these things can swim real fast and they can jump real far and high.
Do we want
So
to split them? I guess. Okay, fine. That's fine. Do we want to split them maybe 70-30 then? Those trolls kind of sucked. Do we think that they can take those, or do we need to stop?
I mean, everyone that was anywhere near them had poison resistance or immunity,
Still got fucked up.
and you guys still took a bunch of damage.
Okay.
So that is going to be something that Zetlal or we have to deal with.
Okay. So
Or
we
something
probably
like
need
the
to
new
kill.
generation or Karstus, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
those something bigger than just 5 or 6 basic bullywugs, right?
Right.
Although you guys have seen the giant toads, not the giant frogs, but the giant toads. You guys have seen them in action, and they're pretty beefy.
Beefy.
Maybe not beefy enough to eat a troll whole, but beefy enough to suck on a toad, at the very least.
Okay. I withdraw my my problems with the west side now that I think about it.
I think they're valid concerns, right? I just want to make sure that you have the information Bones has, because Bones has spent quite a bit of time with the Blacktongue tribe at this point. You know.
Okay, so we need to think about what's the bare minimum of people we think we can bring with us, and then send the rest.
Sure.
What do you guys think the bare minimum of people that can survive the trolls and keep fighting?
Zetlal.
Okay, Zetlaw's already coming.
Does anyone want to make like
I
a
want,
survival check for me?
Oh, I do. I want to do that. I
If
like
you
that.
are trained in survival, you can make a survival check for me in this kind of like war council analytical scenario. Okay, 20 is pretty good. You have seen in action that Froghemoth, and you have seen in action Zetlal. You
Yeah.
would gauge them at about equal footing.
Okay.
Meaning that if Zetlal has to fight something else, or does not have support, it's a 50-50 on who might win that fight. And if Zetlal has to fight something else, it's likely that the Froghemoth will win the fight, right? So you gotta balance that act somehow.
We
I
bring
want-
half the new generation with us and half the other way.
Yeah, I think like how many big toads do we have?
There's probably 5 to 8 giant toads in the
Like,
Bullywug tribe.
Maybe we bring Risk
Maybe like-
and,
And then
Izu
probably
with us. We
15
send
to 18
Cass.
giant frogs. Sorry, go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I want Izu on our side for the range against
Us-
the trolls.
Yeah, thinking Risk and Izu with us, Cass and Ask leading the bulk of the
Okay.
Bullywugs, because like they're more fightery guys, right? So like they'll be good in the thick of it, leading the troops.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, yes, I think like Izu and Risk and maybe like 2 giant toads on our side, and I don't know, 3 or 4 normal guys just to round out the little contingent.
That literally guarantee they die.
For verification, right? Like you've seen these Blacktongue tribe in action. They're not pushovers.
And that
Yeah,
leaves
that's fair.
so that leaves like 5
Well, I mean, they're
giant toads.
pushovers to you guys, but they're not pushovers to like, you know.
So that leaves like 5 giant toads, all of Karstus, 2 new generation, probably Culp if he chooses to do anything.
Yeah, actually, Culp is a good.
Against-
You haven't said anything about where you want Culp to go.
Against like the fodder. I think that's like pretty good.
This
Yeah,
this
send Culp
discussion
with
is
the
kind of
fodder.
like open, right? Like you guys are talking
Yeah.
about this with the new generation, etc., etc. Then if that's the case, Culp will weigh in that Culp doesn't want to not be with Zetlal.
Well, that's okay.
Well, if he's coming with Zetlal, he's wearing the parry out.
Yeah.
Like, no, seriously, we're gonna have this conversation right now.
He utterly like, of course, yes, I he's lying.
I'm gonna check you tomorrow.
We're gonna check.
If you're not attuned to it tomorrow morning, we're going to stop absolutely everything until you are.
He pauses at that. Are you lying to him, or
That is.
are you bluffing?
that-
I will literally pause the assault.
Yep. No, I will do that.
He says. Paused.
Kind of thing.
Paused.
Don't play with us, old man.
Take your boomer ass and put the necklace on.
Oh, fucking wow. Okay. I don't think I don't think a roll is really required here. He tries. He tries to bluster for a second, but then he realizes that, or he believes that you actually will do that, and then he's just like,
We
he
motherfucking will.
sighs and he just nods at you.
Motherfucking will.
Okay. Culp with Zetlaw.
Okay, so on our side, Zetlaw, Culp, Risk, Izu, 2 giant toads, 3 or 4 normal bros.
Are you still
Round out
wanting
the
to do
contingent.
the 70-30?
On our side, Zetlaw, Culp, Risk, Izu, 2 giant toads, 3 or 4 little guys. Everybody else on the other side.
Okay.
Also, I'm assuming we're gonna put. I think.
Karstus on the other side too, going first.
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to say it. I believe Mitch put out the idea that all the undead, vanguard. They're in the front. So if there is a kill box of bowage.
Yeah, so soak up the
Yeah,
surprise.
let them suck up some damage.
Yeah. The undead vanguard.
What's that percentage look like, Jeremy? That's like 70-30, yeah?
That's actually closer to 80 to 85, 20, 15. You could have more on the north side with you guys to get to the 70-30.
Is that percentages based explicitly on body count or combat ability?
That's
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel
body
like we have
count.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's
that's-
fine then. I
that's
feel like we
body
have
count.
stronger guys on our side.
I mean, you have the Hydra. Yes, you have the stronger guys on your side.
Yeah, I'm just saying if I took my commando force versus all the rest, I think my commando force wins. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe. As far as
Our
specials
commando
go, right? As far as specials go, you have on your side, you have Zetlaw, you have Culp, Risk, and Izu, right? On the other side, you have Ask, Cass, and Karstus. Okay, so that's how you have it set up as specials. But which is that's a better split for you guys, right? On the north side. But the vast majority of the bulk infantry is on the west side with the Ask, Cass, Karstus side of things.
Yeah.
And if that's how you
Okay,
guys want it, great, fantastic. Did you have other items or boons or things like that you were doing? I don't think we went all the way through that list.
Oh, not even
Good with
close.
that. Yeah,
Cool.
I think I'm good with that if everyone else is good with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
I think that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. So also I will walk out and place down Quicksilver, the +1 Maul, Yurk's Greatsword, and the 2 giant gold Yuanti scimitars, and the Warpick of Wounding.
Let's attach all of those to a head of Zetlaw.
And yes, each head.
I love it.
That would be amazing.
And I'll literally just spread it out and be like, if you're proficient, grab one. All this shit, by the way, expecting back if it survives the fight.
Don't get used to it.
I know. But
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, so I spread the arsenal
wasn't
out.
Wavebreaker on that list as well?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yes.
just doing all the stuff that I had on. me,
Oh,
like-
okay. So
Oh,
other
I thought you
people
were working on the actual list.
Well, I mean, yeah. I didn't want to it was slightly RP'd, but I could just be like, yeah, Wavebreaker goes to Ask, Krek goes to Izu, Matt's Fetish is going to go to Zetlaw, and
We figure out if Zetlaw can frickin' attune to that thing,
why not?
because it's a Hydra.
You're a cat.
Racist.
So when going through that process, right? When you're like, what do you guys do? What do you say, right? Or Matt, are you just like approaching Zetlal and being like, "Hey, I want you to wear this for the battle tomorrow"? Like-
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I love that affirmation was like, yeah, that's totally what's happening. Okay, the reason why I say you is because you can actually you've telepathically spoken to Zetlal before.
Yeah, I will explain my reasoning behind it, and tell her that it is important that she remains in control of herself during this battle to protect the Black Tongue.
Okay. She looks at the fetish, and says back into your mind, she says, "I think you need to find some rope."
I find some rope.
Because there's no way you're like,
Yeah. How meaty is one of her necks? Like, it's not like this.
big enough to swallow any of you. We're totally talking like Hercules Hydra-esque here, right? Like,
Not like a diesel tire.
yeah, she absolutely can with one head go whoop, and just swallow you down. So, all right, but that joking aside, that's an easy enough scenario to fashion a length of rope for which to create a necklace to hold the fetish, that type of situation. And Zetlal's fine with it. Zetlal doesn't have any issue trying to attune to this thing and utilize it in the coming battle.
Not gonna go like absolutely crazy for some reason, attuned to a Yuan-Ti.
Well,
like,
we won't know that
like-
until she actually attunes to the thing, so we'll see.
Great. Okay. All right. So, and
Great.
Bones, I believe you agreed to, in place of the fetish, let Matt have your ring of warmth for the battle.
Yes, you may use my ring of worth, Matthew.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's the only thing that gives me kinship with my lizard brand.
I'm so warm.
The last boon we can provide, or we're going to provide, is the Flask of Smoke,
Oh, right. The,
which
is that an
might
ever smoking bottle? Is that what that is?
Yep. Also,
might
the
be
boots
good.
of speed.
Oh, I don't remember that
Do
one.
you not have those? Yeah,
I
I
do
was
not have
giving
that on the
those
list.
to. I was giving those to someone so they can be fast.
Yes.
Yes.
Cass confiscates those.
Oh yeah.
Confiscates.
When you basically describe what they can do, you see Cass's eyes just gleam at the idea of being able to get to things faster and smack them in the face. So. Okay,
Look, I'm in the face now.
cool.
Put that motherfucker on his ass.
Oh, yeah? Is that how that works?
Yep.
So we have provided boons, split the forces, have a plan in place. Is
I
there
will
anything
also
else?
I will lend out to ask for cast whoever wants it my gem of brightness.
Ah, okay.
I will describe to them how it works. It only has 26 of 50 charges. Do what you got to do.
Is there a penalty if you use all the charges?
It becomes just a gem
Oh, really?
worth 50 gold.
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, so it becomes a spell component.
It's fine. I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I'm not fucked
You
up about
really
it.
have. Honestly, it's been kind of like a little bit of a clutch item here or there. Very nice.
They would
Okay,
have to use
so-
it a lot to use all the charges.
It comes back with 3.
Well,
Mission accepted.
What's it called again?
Gem of brightness.
Right. Okay, cool.
I mean, it's like one of the cone uses 5 charges and the beam uses 1. So it's like they would have to use it 6 times.
Sounds good.
I will keep it on my sheet unless you tell me it's just gone, just so I can keep. I don't want to redo all the wording in it.
Taking anything off my sheet.
Yeah, I'll give you like a there's no restriction on how many times you can use it in a day or anything like that.
No, I will copy and paste what I copy and pasted.
I'm just double checking to see like. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, nope, seems fine. Okay, cool, fantastic. Wow.
It's just hard for me to use because it's an action.
Sure. Okay. Anything else that you guys are doing? Any other items? Any other instructions? Any other boons or requests?
Well, again, try not to kill the Frath.
Did we already tell? Does Karsus know that like we're
we gotta
in
go.
the morning?
We got to go talk to him real
Okay.
fast. I think that's
Gotta hit
all
him
I've
with the
got.
game plan.
Oh, I mean, I think we're about as prepared as we could possibly be, right?
Fantastic.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh,
As far as I know.
One more discussion, and
Stop.
like,
Stop.
and this needs
Theme
to
of
happen
love.
before we go talk to Karstens, okay? So his big thing is the rod, right? And we're not entirely convinced that he should have the rod, right? Since he's going in on the west and dealing with all that shit, wouldn't it be better? Like, all right, so I don't really know. Like, Ezra, you're the magic man here. How easy is it to destroy a magical item?
All but impossible.
It's not.
Depends on the magical item.
Like, what if we could just destroy it and then tell Karsa, sorry, buddy, it got destroyed in the fight.
Or,
so I
you
just-
know, we
I just
put it
wanna
in
be
a bag of
clear.
holding.
I want to be clear that you're talking about ruining a man's life.
He's a necromancer.
And
Well, right, no. His goal was to take the rod back. He didn't say in how many pieces.
okay, so we discussed this at length before, but people can mind control people anyway. Like, I thought we were gonna like evaluate the rod and see if it was like
On the
better
fly.
than normal, or if it's just like it's
And
so
if-
damn
if
good
it's-
because
And
look,
if it doesn't
there's
stack up to
something
your...
weird about these Nagas and this area that I think are maybe making this rod better than it should be. That's what I'm trying to say.
Another point is, if somehow we could destroy it, just theoretically, if it could be destroyed, how many lives could we save by getting rid of it just like immediately? Because it's going to break the spell and then all of the fighting stops.
I don't think the immortal snake creatures are gonna stop.
No. I meant like not the fight with us and the snake creatures. I'm talking about the battle around us. Like, all the fighting in the west, if there's any left going on in the north.
I think that's gonna be all but impossible. But it's a lofty
Yeah, I mean,
goal.
if it's impossible, I'm just not familiar with destroying magical items.
All but impossible. You
Oh,
need like
Put it into the bag of holding and no one knows.
Well, Jay's
No.
Jay's not just talking about like keeping it from Karstus. He's talking about the idea of like if you guys could take it out early on in the fight, you end the fight for all of your
Oh,
allies.
like break the staff in the fight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that one's likely to happen.
All right. It was just an idea. Just an idea.
Just based on past experiences we've had with magical items.
Mhm. Okay, but we're in agreement with trying to evaluate the rod before handing it over to goddamn
all right.
Legion of Doom.
What do we? So what do we do if? All right. So if you decide, or we decide that no, he can't have the rod, we're just gonna be like, we're not giving you the rod. Go
I
kick
guess-
rocks.
I guess I'll take him out back and Just, you know.
No, paw. He's my dog.
I
Wow.
mean,
I mean, it's as literal as saying this is too powerful for us to let you leave with. So we are keeping it, and we probably make an enemy of him, but
yeah.
it's better
Leave
than
with your
murdering
life.
him in cold blood.
Leave with your life or don't leave at all.
My like
Or leave without the rod, don't leave at all.
sharp desire to avoid conflict is like, can we just break it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
we
love
just
that.
break
I
it,
love
please?
Jay is actively trying to just avoid the potential conflict with this make-believe necromancer. Oh, that's great.
Judge me.
Oh,
Only
that's
God
fine.
can judge me.
Can we
Okay,
jog down and tell old Karstis the plan? Old Karsty?
you
Old
guys can
Karsty
do
boy.
that simply enough.
Is there anything left for us to say here?
I think
We march in the morn at first light.
we plan to work. Now all that's left to do is work the plan.
The bullywugs kind of look at you and they're like,
Damn, they say $1.99?
they say, it is morning.
We march in the next morn.
Are you guys gonna wait a full day, or are you just gonna sleep for 8
Yeah,
hours?
like, I don't. We could probably just like long rest and just because I don't know if we need to wait 24 hours and we could just do 8.
I mean,
see
it would
one of
probably
these people.
probably be pretty fucking sweet to have our AC rend back up. I'm just saying, but that's up to y'all.
Oh, you fatty.
I mean, we'll do
Wow.
24.
Wait, don't they? Poor Odie, look at him. He's like, he leans over like, why would you speak to me like this?
It's-
God.
What did I do to deserve such treatment?
Everything she says is true. He
It can't
is
be.
collapsing
Even
his
in the holding of
stance.
roof.
That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
well, that's what happens when
sad.
you chunk.
you're hurting his mental health. Look at him. Look at how
Yeah.
self-conscious
Oh,
he
he
is.
looks real hurt. He looks
He
real
does.
hurt.
He don't understand English.
Yes, he absolutely
English.
does understand English.
A single word. Not even-
Not a single word.
Oh goodness.
My God. It's up to y'all. That's the only thing that I have that I believe will come back at dawn. I don't really know the rules. So probably.
At dawn, I get the healing staff, which is already full, and I get etherealness, which I can't have the staff equipped, which we realized last week
Why can't you have the staff equipped?
because it over-attunes me.
Oh,
Wait.
yeah.
Oh, because you were forgetting the fetish?
Yeah, I forgot about the fetish, so I
Gotcha.
shouldn't have been using the staff.
Well, you
Well, we
weren't
weren't really
actually
taking
using the
fetish
fetish, so
benefits.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Alright then. I guess let's just I'm good to just sleep if you guys want.
I also get my Hasnarketa potentially fully charged back up too.
Is that gonna be very beneficial to you?
And
Don't you just
it
have like mage
allows
armor and
me-
shit in it?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's
No.
very beneficial, I'm totally cool with just waiting. It's whatever.
Now
I'm
it
good with
now
sleeping.
it gets better stuff.
You're good with sleeping, or you're good with waiting until next dawn.
That one.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever people want to do.
Yes,
I
I
think-
am. I do not have an opinion strongly in any way.
I think if
Neither
it's
do
very
I.
beneficial for Jake, I think it's fine to just go ahead and do it. It'll let these people mess around with some of these items a little bit, and I think that's cool.
Okay.
Give Karthus a little more time.
It is the 21st.
Okay.
You guys are talking about going through the stay and then attacking or beginning the engagement at dawn, quote unquote,
First light.
on the 22nd.
Yes.
Okay.
Does my AC run come back once because you said once a day? I don't know if how that works.
Yeah, it's a basically a recharge at dawn scenario.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, because guys, like, remember, after we suck the soul and meat off them, we still got to deal with some bone hydras.
Yep.
They're not
But at least they're going to be significantly weaker because they're not going to have the time to grow into like.
supposedly. Yeah.
So they're at least going to be
Oh
like.
no,
a
of
week
course.
or 4.
That's been my plan all
Shut up,
along.
Jeremy.
Is you're just gonna have to fight 2 Queen of Bones.
Lesser Queen of Bone.
Well,
I don't know. I'm just,
Princesses of Bones.
here we go.
the princess.
A princess and a duchess.
Okay. All right. I'm marking my short. Did I ever change everything to short rest or long rests? No, I didn't.
Did we want to talk to Karsus now?
Yeah, we'll do it before the long rest. I mean,
Okay.
I can just jog down there. We can all go, whatever. I don't care. I'm fine either way. But yeah, we'll go talk to him today before the long rest and let him know.
Okay.
I gotta take the dog out quick.
Yeah.
So let's just assume that happens. Is there anything in particular that needs to happen in that conversation? Or are you just arriving and telling him, hey, we're attacking the Immortal
Hey,
Vale?
bro. Tomorrow's
tomorrow
the
at dawn.
day. We want your guys in to go first because, they're undead and we don't value them. No, we value them very much. I wouldn't say that to him. Because,
Yeah.
they're a great asset.
He looks at you, and he's got, when you arrive, he's got the whites and the freaking flesh golem, but he's also got, he's in the process of raising several zombies, right?
I agree. Don't say, hey, bro. I go in for the high five and the fist bump.
He high fives you, fist bumps.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. And in the conversation, he's like, he can see you're kind of like doing the whole like, well, we want your stuff to, and he's like, yeah, duh, and he like jabs a finger into the like lobe of one of the zombies where there's just like exposed brain, and he's like,
Welch.
that's what they're here for, is to take the brunt of things.
Hell yeah, brother. We're on the same page. All right.
And he's like, I will say
the lobe too.
the whites and the flesh golem, maybe you want to go in as like, send a screen of zombies in, and then they charge in with everything else. But like,
Yeah, that sounds great. Like that sounds fine to me.
The
Let 'em-
whites and flesh golem are actual
actual units.
resources.
Yeah. Yeah, that
hey,
sounds
Karsus.
fine to me. Just let all the zombies take the sneak attack from the drow.
Also,
Is there-
I forgot, but he would not have forgotten. The whites actually are fucking snipers with their goddamn longbows, so they
Yeah,
don't
that sounds
have to
fucking
wait
awful.
around. They were sniping into you guys, right? So like they can absolutely participate with that. What is
I would like-
unfortunate is that he does not have the wherewithal or has not had the time to bring back any of those Minotaur skeletons, because those were powerful, but they were also loners.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Karsus.
But yeah, he's
before
fine with
we
that.
Do all this. Is there a way to like, because your zombies as well as the frogs are all going to be fighting mind controlled people. If we can get to the rod early, is there a way to like turn that shit off?
Like, I wouldn't think so. I mean, even if
Like,
you
if
killed
killing the person that's attuned to it, will that break it?
even if you killed the controller, the magic will probably still persist. To my understanding, the way the rod works is it has to be refreshed probably on like a daily cycle or something like that. So, the magic will persist with the last command being the thing that is followed until that magic is completed.
All right. Just looking at our options.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guess we'll see you after the battle. Good luck.
I mean, I'll see
Kill
you in
us
the
some
morning.
snake people. Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, that's true.
You probably won't see us, but
Well, I mean, I'm assuming we can meet Karsus can come up to the tribe, and then we'll split off the forces from there. We're just gonna make sure the tribe doesn't freak out when they see an army of undead coming up.
they're aware. We told them, right? If they didn't, I'm telling people.
I was gonna say, I assume you guys aren't not telling them.
No, we're going to inform them that.
That would be a bit of a surprise.
Yes, we will tell them. Jesus.
I can just see it now.
Alright.
Like a frog and a zombie get along together, and they're gonna be at death's door. And one looks over and goes, "I can't believe I would die alongside a skeleton." And skeleton turns over. Yeah, but how about a friend?
And just goes clack, 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 clack.
No, he says, "How about a friend? Get out of here."
I could do that.
It just goes, ah.
Hey.
My God. Okay, cool. You inform Karstus, ask him if there's any way to maybe shut off the rod. He does not believe that there is. You make arrangements, right? And from there, the Blacktongue tribe and Karstus can kind of like take care of what they need to take care of. The Blacktongue tribe is aware of where he is located. He is aware that they are now allies, so they can, you can send runners or anything like that if you need to for anything like that. Otherwise, he will convene with the Blacktongue tribe on the morrow. So, anything else? You guys...
Nah. Nor.
Okay.
Or nor.
Oh, Nora.
Well,
Or
you guys
nor.
basically have a data waste with the Blacktongues. Do you want to do anything, or are we just fast-forwarding time?
I would like to do something.
What would you like to do?
I will take the day to service the bone weaponry and armor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Matt.
Yes.
Got a favor. I take you my like cat skull that has the engraving that Bones did.
Okay.
Can you paint the inner circle black and the outer circle purple?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
What cat skull? I have no memory of that.
So there's a skull
That
that we
found
got
Karstus'
in the
area.
cave from Karstus.
We
Was
stole
in a
from
3-foot
Karstus.
deep hole. And
I recall that.
Yep. And it's apparently like registers as magic, but isn't actually magical or something weird like that. I can't remember exactly. But I had you. This is on a day when you weren't here, and you carved a symbol on the skull.
I had you do a thing when you weren't here.
Yeah. I was
We're doing a Full Metal Alchemist? Is that what's happening?
Coca. But no. And it's just a carving of a circle with a smaller ring on the outside of it, and I'm just getting Matt to paint it so that I have something that resembles like almost like a focus of some sort, but not
Okay.
really.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I can totes paint that for you.
Thanks, man.
Sounds
I
good.
commence the painting.
Okay.
Um,
Bones, roll me a bone carver check.
What carving?
carving the bone.
I rolled a natural 1, 24 though.
Nice. Okay.
Ah, what the
Is-
fuck?
I can't roll a natural 1. It's actually a 10. It's,
Gotcha.
That's so funny.
yeah.
Rogues rolls a natural 1, gets a 24. Fantastic.
Reliable talent. I put both a skill proficiency as well as expertise in it.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the bone carver scroll. I'm talking about the rogue checks in general. Actually, I think most classes should get something along the form of reliable talent. Like, I think every class or every character really should be able to pick once they get past 10th level or something like that. Should be able to pick 1 or 2 skills that they're I can't do less than a 10 on this, right? Because it doesn't make sense 12th level. So realistically, their critical fails don't work on ability checks anyways, but everyone house rules that in, but it doesn't make sense for there to be a 5% chance for a level 12 adventurer to fail anything.
It might be crazy. I thought I read something about that in the new stuff.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, in the new stuff, crit fails and crit successes are a thing on
yeah,
any
they put
D20
it
roll.
in, right? Because everyone already house rules it into
That's
5th
what it
edition, so
was.
now it's actually a part of
What was
things.
it? It's something stupid. Fucking test die or some bullshit like that.
I don't remember.
It's like whenever you roll a test die, blah 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 blah. All right, bro.
So yeah,
I do like some of the new stuff though.
yeah, there's some interesting things going on. I'm not
Feats. I love the innate feats.
I'm not wholly against everything. It'd be what it be.
I'm not wholly against everything.
He's partially against most
well, so
things,
the
though.
reason I say that is because I've seen a lot of backlash on Twitter where it's just people are just like, no, fuck you, and are wholly against everything.
Okay, but don't they do that
out.
on every set? Like every
basically.
every new set? It's like the same thing. Like this is they're not
That's
saying
the
this
internet now.
They're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
saying
that's
this
true.
is 6th edition, but this is 6th edition.
Well, 5th edition actually got a lot of really good reception.
Well,
Yeah, except for the people that like no, 4th edition is the best.
Yeah, the people who loved 4th edition
Yeah.
were like, why the fuck do I care about 5th edition?
How dare you release this, you
It's
frickin'
the people who
pigs.
loved 3.5 and then hated 4th edition that were like, 5th edition, yay!
Which was like 70% of their fan base.
Yes, absolutely it was. 4th edition's actually really cool, but you gotta go into it with a mindset of what 4th edition does. Anyways, so, Bones, you spend the day, working on the bone weaponry and armor and stuff like that of the Black Tongue tribe, and, I mean, this is your jam, this is what you do, so,
This is what I
you
do.
know, even having an off day, you're still gonna do just fine, like, sprucing things up, making sure things are working the way they should, fixing a few things here or there, etc., etc. Anybody else want to be doing anything for the day? Any plans or ideas, or is it just generalized
Yeah, I've
hanging
got.
out?
It's not like a mechanical thing. It's just
Sure, it doesn't have to be
I
mechanical.
I feel kind of bad about twisting Culp's arm.
Oh,
I
do
don't
you
know.
now?
Fuck that old man.
No,
He
no, no,
needs to
no.
do-
It's not like
He needs to do the needful, all right?
No. I like it still happened, and I would still do it again. But I feel bad that he feels bad.
Fucking-
Right,
still-
right.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna link this song to you.
So what? I was gonna say, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. I'll I'll find him like when he's not really like doing anything with anyone.
He is super busy the entire rest of this day because what he's doing is as the tribe's kind of like shoulderman, or shaman. He's doing rituals. Like he is basically giving last rites and doing things like painting, body painting, and giving sermons, encouragements, right? Like, he keeps bringing a lot of people to the spawning stone, and you see them dive down and they're gone for a few minutes and then they come back, right? So, like, he is very busy. This is a major battle. They are expecting a lot of people to die, right?
Yeah. Right.
But you are one of the 4 saviors, like the liberators of the tribe. The tribe will make time for you if you want to do something.
No. If he's legitimately like busy with shit, I'm not gonna interrupt him.
You'd like to have a Fire Emblem Three Houses style tea party?
What? No, thank you.
Nice.
Groom them kids.
Very,
And
very
it-
applicable.
And since he's gonna have the Periapt, it's going to be a conversation that can happen after. So
Gotcha.
Yep.
So, Bones working on stuff. Ezra has a no. Ashes has a not really. Matashtai, anything that you wanted to do for the day?
I'll try and maybe do some training with the crew, trying to get them ready for the battle to come. Going through some tactics for dealing with drow arrows and staying in cover and stuff.
Okay. I was gonna be like, what are you gonna try to teach them? But I like this idea. Where are you gonna teach them how to catch quarrels out of the air?
Sure, yeah, that sounds great. I'm gonna do that.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Monk shit.
What did we do?
Monk
What
shit.
did we do when you were teaching the cadets with the Griffin's cavalry? Do you remember what we had you roll for that?
I feel like it was a performance
Persuasion?
check.
Yeah, or
Performance
something with
that sounds
charisma.
right. Yeah.
It was something that I was bad at.
Well, I mean, you're not a teacher, so makes sense.
How do you want me to attempt to teach?
I think you could either do something like a sleight of hand demonstration at disadvantage, because they don't have the same kind of like articulation and hands and things like that you do. Or you could try to performance, I think, straight up. So
I'll perform it. Bam.
Damn, he performed, bro.
14. Okay, gotcha. It's like anything else in life, right? Like, you don't do a horrible job, but you don't do a fantastic job. And you're showing this off to a couple of groups here or there throughout the day, and you can tell
sucks.
some
You're not
of them pick it up to where it's like maybe one of them could catch something, and then others you're pretty sure if they try to catch something they're just gonna take an arrow in the eye. So mixed results, you know?
Yep. Makes sense. Okay, cool. What I'm gonna do, I think.
Okay, great. Alright, if that is the majority of the scenario, it goes into a bit of a feast as the evening draws near. There's, it's the night before battle. There's a strange air in the, or a strange feeling in the air with the Blacktongue tribe. But it's mostly legit. Like, there's some apprehension, obviously, but these people are used to fighting, right? They've been fighting since they've been here, right? The entire year-ish that they've been in the Saliva Swamp, they've been fighting. So this is a big day, right? But it's a bigger day to them because of the potential for it to all be over than it is for the potential for it to all be over, if that makes any sense, right? So there is more celebration and kind of like happiness going on here than one might otherwise expect. Though there is, they understand what they're getting themselves into. So, if there is nothing else, you all eventually sleep.
We better sleep.
Do we get a chance to do our
Yeah, absolutely. We're
long
gonna be able to
rest
do that. So,
activities?
as we do that scenario, let's go ahead and jump into that, and we'll try to get that taken care of before we jump into our break. Okay? So, we're just gonna go around the room. Ashes, you doing any alchemy?
Shit. I'm gonna say no. No. Just for time. I don't think I had plans for like making like necro resistance or something like that, but that was for the Yerk fight. So if that was even a thing anymore, I don't think I care.
I'm pretty sure you already had stuff in the can, and
Let me.
and you
verify
probably
real
just
quick.
need to check and see when they're done.
Page. Where is the alchemy brewing? Oh yeah, Ichor pot. 1 of 2 days. So yeah, never mind. They're brewing. I guess I'll go ahead and finish up the Ichor potions.
Okay, so that'll be a task for you.
Yep. High five.
Yes, high five. Okay, then that should all be done. I can't remember if we had you roll for collection or if we had you roll afterwards.
I believe I got materials. I don't remember. I think it was I rolled at the time I got materials.
Well, the materials, if I'm remembering correctly, the materials that you got from Karstus, because you originally got some from the
Some-
ghouls, and then
yeah.
when you talked to him, you
Oh
got
no,
some
then I
ichor
didn't
from
roll,
him
because
he just gave it to you. So, roll me in this case a alchemy check. See if there are any big issues with your potion making.
25.
Fucking nailed it.
This thing comes out exactly as you intended. Which I believe means you have a potion of necrotic resistance.
Add potion of resistance.
Which, for clarity, is an uncommon potion, and when you drink this potion, you gain resistance to necrotic damage for 1 hour. Awesome
Dope.
Possum, Lemon Blossom. Onward to the next one. Ezra, what are you doing for your stirf?
I pull out Calabash's tome and I start digging in for historical reference points.
Historical reference. Let me pull up my handy dandy sheet.
Really? The fucking character sheet doesn't take markdown. That's disappointing.
And 18. Okay, history check. So you are delving into information on the dungeon itself. And 18 actually gets us. Okay. You find, as you are randomly taking notes throughout the passage or throughout the tome, right? You've done this so many times now that you kind of like have a concept of what you're looking for, right? Because the tome is just gibberish 99% of the time, right? So you're literally just looking at a page and skimming it and seeing if anything catches your eye, flipping to the next page. Looking through a random collection of scrawls and weird pictures and etc. etc. Flip to the next page, right? It's fucking blank. You flip to the next page. More gibberish. You flip to the next page. It's gibberish, and then there's an actual passage in the middle of the gibberish that you're like, okay, hold up, let me read this, right? You know, those types of things. You do that dozens of times before you actually land on something that's seemingly interesting or useful. And it probably catches your eyes specifically because of the language that is utilized in the tome.
Is it
Because it
yet?
calls out the Braille Olo and their abode, where they make their home. And it discusses...
Oh.
It discusses the... What would that be called? It probably would have some pretty esoteric terminology attached to it. It would be something along the lines of discussing the primordial catch. And as you're taking notes on this and kind of trying to understand what is being discussed, right? You come to understand that the Vrail are ancient, very ancient, but they are a minor subset of a greater power, right? A greater power that just doesn't exist anymore, hasn't existed for thousands of years. But this place was important, not because of the temple, right? That wasn't the important place. The important place was whatever this primordial catch was, right? And the way that it's being discussed in this passage seems to insinuate that it is a location of immense primordial energy, right, that is concentrated, and that with the proper know-how, one can channel that into a focus, or more specifically, into a magic item.
Ah. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I zoned out during that. I don't.
Cool. That is what your history check, which actually rolled directly onto the Saliva Swamp, got you. So, Bones, you're up.
Oh. I don't know. I'd like to, but I feel like I should probably rest my hands if I've been doing stuff all day.
Okay. That is your purview, by all means. Matashtai, you're up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a talisman.
He is making a talisman. Are you sharing with the class, or are you keeping it a secret?
I
doesn't matter.
am going to make a.
Making his way downtown.
I feel like they're gonna be castery, so I'm going to make a Talisman of Disruption.
Okay, what's that one do?
That is the one where when a caster is hit while this talisman is affecting a weapon, they have disadvantage on their concentration save.
Okay, gotcha. Very cool. Okay, sounds wonderful. So that is a night of various activities on the back of a day of other various activities, and on the morrow there will be war. There will be a great battle. But before we get to a war or a great battle, we're going to have a break. So we will be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching. We'll see all in just a few. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.